What's going on, pimps and pimpettes? What's up, guys? I know I'm a little early, but hey, I want to go ahead and get this done, man. Get right back into that slate. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. I'm going to grab a water real quick. All right, let's get it. I am your hostess with the mostest for about the next 30 minutes. Hey, with Vincent, what's up, man? What's going on, y'all? This is a wonderful slate, right? Who's with me? Who agrees with me? This goddamn slate is beautiful. Yo, it's your boy. What's goody, my boy Brandon? What's up, man? What's up, Cam ATL Bow? What's up, man? G-Man, what's going on? Boston, Colorado stacks, of course, yeah. Yeah, you want to get some exposure to that. We'll talk about the guys that we're kind of interested in there. Patricia, what's up? Saruji, what's up? Justin Jennings, green light, yes, sir. Hey, with Vincent, what's up, man? I got my shit busted in Madden 5 times. I fucking suck at that game. I'm retiring after our 1v1. Bro, for anybody who doesn't know, this 1848, that's my little brother. I have whooped his ass so many times in this new Madden that it's just not even fair. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel bad about it, so I won't play him again. You know what I mean? Like, I should play him and let him win because I'm a good brother, and that's what I should do. But I'm not gonna do it because I'm a good brother. I'm not gonna let him feel like things just happen, good things just happen for you. You know what I mean? I gotta let him know that sometimes you get your ass whooped. It is what it is. Hopefully, more money. Yes, sir. Let's get it. We're going to put in some work today, man. Excited about this slate. We're going to get this money. What's up, bro? How you feeling? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. All right. So, what up, Cam Jaquan? What's up, man? All right. So, I am here with you for about the next 28 minutes. We're going to talk over the slate. First things first, let's see if there's some weather issues we need to talk about. See if there's some weather issues that we need to discuss real quick. Now, everything is looking fine for the most part. We're not going to get any postpones. I'm honestly not seeing many delays as well. Maybe like delay and then maybe late start. But I don't see anything that's too concerning, especially in the games that we're interested in getting pitchers in and shit. I'm not seeing any issues for really any of the games. Winds are blowing out in Chicago for Minnesota. 15 miles per hour. Boy. By the end of the game, it's going to go down a lot. But in the beginning of the game, it's going to be about 15 miles per hour left center, which is great for the righties of Minnesota, which is going to be bad for this lefty Detweiler. So we don't have any major weather concerns. That's the first thing we just checked on. Wind is blowing out for Minnesota's offense tonight, which I already love them. I mean, Cruz, Sano, Shoop. You can put Shoop, even though there's other cheaper second basemen that I'd probably rather go with. Cruz, Sano, and Cron are kind of my main guys from Minnesota that I'm interested in today. Outside of that, obviously, we got the Coors game. We got Boston guys, stuff like that. So we're going to break that down. We're going to get into that. The top stacks for me today in order is Boston number 1, Minnesota number 2, and then I'm going to go with Colorado and then Washington. I love Minnesota. Minnesota's probably my favorite gut stack of the day, okay? Obviously, Vegas and all the numbers and everything's behind Boston, which I do encourage you to get certain Boston players to get exposure to that because they should dominate Lambert. I agree with that. The problem is we also have Minnesota in a fantastic spot. They've started at a 5.5, have moved up to a 6.2. I wouldn't be surprised to see that jump even higher than that. Minnesota's in a great spot. I love stacking Minnesota today. That's one of the offenses I really love. Sprinkle in some Boston, Colorado, good shit, you know. Should be good. Fanduel value pitcher. Let's talk Fanduel. Let's do it. All right. So you just need a value pitcher. We're going to check the cheap pitching for Fanduel, and then we'll talk about pitching in general that we like for Fanduel over here on this slate. Now, obviously, we have bats that we want. Okay, it is what it is. There's not really any spend up pitchers you have to go with. We've got some solid mid range guys. My main pitcher that I'm liking is Desclafani. I like him on DraftKings and FanDuel. Desclafani's 7.6 on FanDuel. I like him a lot against Miami. He's just in a great spot. So I like Desclafani at 7.6. You can make a point for Alcantara, but I just don't love him too much. I would honestly go Desclafani over here on FanDuel. That's pretty much it. Simple as that. Marcus Semien, Olsen, Kahn, Chapman. For an Oakland lineup, that's fine. For an Oakland stack. Damn, got in late, probably missed everything. Nah, man, we've only been going for 5 minutes. You're good. I know a lot of people aren't expecting me to go live this early. I wanted to kind of get it done for everybody who's watching this back on playback right now. You can open up the chat, see the questions. I will repeat the questions and answer for you guys. So somebody probably has the same question as you. Miami's been pissing me off. I know. They've been getting the guys a little bit, but you just got to stay on it, man. You know what it is. I mean, they're going to get absolutely dominated by one of these pitchers here soon. So you guys know what it is. You know they're not a good offense. In baseball, you know, don't take what they've been doing lately and be like, oh, my God, I'm never doing it again. Because if you do that, you're going to lose a lot more than you should. What's good, squad? What's up? No Sandoval love or too risky? Sandoval is okay. You know, I do love lefties against Texas. I just don't love that he's 7.5. I just don't like the price. 7.5, but lefties against Texas are always good. In GPP, you're completely okay with that. Sorry, Cam, but Toronto stack? All right, let's take a look at Toronto, and then let's take a look at Cleveland, which was another question that was asked. Cleveland stack and Toronto stack. All right, so let's start it off with Toronto going against Atlanta. All right, so going against Foltynewicz. Foltynewicz is a guy that struggles versus both sides, but majority to lefties. Okay, so you want the lefties against Foltynewicz. He gives up a big ISO, a big WOBA to both sides. But the thing that really sticks out is only the 19% K rate versus lefties and the 48% fly ball rate to lefties. Okay, he's a lot better at not getting the ball hit too high in the air against righties, but against lefties, the ball's hitting the sky a lot. So Biggio, Tellez, McKinney, Smoke, those guys are definitely interesting in this Toronto lineup. I'm completely fine with Bichette as well. He's got a 320 ISO versus right-handed pitching. And like we talked about, I mean, the dude's also bad against righties. He just doesn't have as high as a fly ball rate. I wouldn't put too much merit on that. Bichette's been a beast, so Bichette is totally fine in that. Let's talk about Cleveland real quick. Cleveland going against Detroit. One of the guys that I've been finding myself using a lot today is Jason Kipnis at second base. I love the price for him. He's just a very consistent bat. Going against Zimmerman, I mean, he's had a solid career so far against Zimmerman with 13 at-bats, 8 hits. Like 5 of them were for extra bases. 615 batting average. He sees Jordan Zimmerman very well. He'll be batting in the heart of this order. Jason Kipnis is a great guy at second base. He's been the guy I've been playing a ton. Other guys that you can have some interest in is Franmil Reyes is a great option. He's been hitting the ball very well lately. He's only 4,000, I believe. He's got a 291 ISO versus righties. And Zimmerman's just bad. Zimmerman's not good. He doesn't strike righties or lefties out, especially lefties. So, I mean, obviously, Lindor, Santana, Kipnis, I love those dudes majority. And then Franmil's always a bet for a home run, for sure. I like the A's. Junis is worse at home. Let's take a look at the A's. That's a good offense to look at. All right. Going against Junis. Junis is a guy that's got an okay K rate. He's always been a guy that can get Ks, but it just depends which Junis we see that day. That's the whole thing. Is like it is iffy. So in GPP only, I would stack Oakland. We could get a horrible Junis, or we could get a Junis out here striking them all out. Obviously, you want the lefties a little more than the righties. So Olsen is in play. Grossman, if he bats second, is interesting for a decent price. But you can go the righties too. I mean, if you're going to stack Oakland and GPP, go Semien, Grossman. Chris Davis is a solid price too. His price is going up a little bit more, and I still don't trust him. I would stick with the top 5 in the order. the guys I just mentioned. Yarbrough been good lately, but versus Seattle and Detroit. So how do you feel about Houston's stack? That's very interesting. I like the point you made there that he's been good lately, but you got to understand what competition he was good against. Okay. Houston is a whole nother beast than these guys he's faced. Okay. Yarbrough is not bad. He's got a 22% K rate versus lefties and righties. Okay. He does give up a 204 ISO versus lefties. Like he's done very good at limiting the hard contact versus righties. But Houston is Houston. Regardless of Yarbrough being okay at limiting contact, Houston is very good at making contact. Okay. These guys get on base. All right. And there's a ton of righties in this lineup that mash lefties. Even Yordan Alvarez mashes lefties, and he's a lefty. Got a 357 ISO versus lefties. Okay, so if you look at this lineup, there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bats out of the 9 that have over a 230 ISO. You know what I mean? They hit lefties hard. There's a ton of guys over 400 WOBA. Like, it's ridiculous, okay? And they also don't strike out much. So GPP, I love Houston. At home, I love him. Especially Altuve is probably the main guy. He's been mashing lefties with a 404 ISO. And then Springer, his entire career, hits him well. Don't leave Brantley out of a stack. Might as well not. I mean, you want to get him in there. He hits lefty. He has a good WOBA versus lefties. He gets on base, period. He's a cash game. Like, when it comes to being a solid bet for a certain amount of points every night, Brantley is like one of the best in the business when it comes to consistency. Bregman 344 and Alvarez 357 ISO. So, yeah, you can use Oakland. I mean, you can use Houston. My bad. You can use Houston. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Greenlightdfs.com if you haven't joined the squad yet, man. It's time to get this money, man. Great night yesterday. Cashed on DK, cashed on Fanduel. And guess what I did differently? I just had fun, man. I didn't worry too much about shit this time. I just had fun, relaxed a little bit. That's the important part. Just have fun with it. Do what you do. What pitchers would you use for GPP on DK? All right. So let's take a look at it. All right. So for GPP on DK, there's a few guys that I don't expect to get much ownership that have obviously Garrett Cole could go crazy. Max Scherzer, I prefer a little bit over Cole for 1,200 less against Baltimore, who strikes out a ton. But I love Cole. They're right there with each other when it comes to spending up. But in GPP, normally you want to spend down for pitching. Somebody mentioned Sandoval earlier. I like him in GPPs because he's got some solid upside against Texas, who struggles versus lefties, and he shouldn't have much ownership at all. Another guy that we can definitely look at, Alcantara for Miami against Cincinnati, is an okay option in GPPs because he won't have much ownership and he's cheap. Definitely wouldn't play Detweiler. Definitely wouldn't play Lambert. There's not good cheap pitching on, like super cheap pitching on the slate. Fultinowicz is a little bit interesting. Savali and Desclafani are a great duo for cheap pitching. Just like we put in the high five, man. I'm still feeling that way. I got to plug my laptop in. Hold up. All right, we're good. Almost died on y'all, man. I know you put Desclafani in your high five, but Alcantara has been solid recently. How do you feel about him? I'm completely fine with him. Max will be on a bit of a pitch count. It should definitely be higher than it was last game. But I don't see him having any issues. I mean, he's got a fantastic matchup at home against Baltimore, strikes out a ton. He could definitely do some things in the limited pitch count. But yeah, I mean, Garrett Cole has tremendous upside. You can go with either one of them. I see Max Scherzer. I see his pitch count going up in this game too, by the way. So it should definitely be higher than it has been. What about Seth Brown? Thank you for bringing him up, man. All right, so Seth Brown. Absolutely love that kid. All right, when it comes to value today, I love Toro for Houston, and I love Seth Brown for Oakland. All right, so Seth Brown is going against Junis, who we talked about is not a great pitcher. Brown's projected to bat 6th in this Oakland lineup at bare min price. He's amazing. Love him and Toro as value, mainly Seth Brown over Toro as value. Love Seth Brown today. It really makes you get just like the cheap guy we played yesterday. I can't remember the name of the dude, but he ended up dingering. Super cheap guy at 2.7 for Colorado. Seth Brown's just in a great spot at 2,000, especially where we're in a game on a slate where we want some bats. You know what I mean? Charlie Blackmon versus the lefty in course seems like a great play. In GPP maybe, because you got Nelson Cruz right around there, double dong potential. You got CJ Cron at first. Like, I love Minnesota. You got JD Martinez in the outfield. You got Betts in the outfield. You got all these options in the outfield. So GPP is fine. Is your high five good for GPP? Yeah, it's fine. Completely fine. Dillard. Yeah, Dilliard. I think there was an I after the L's. Dilliard ended up homering last night, making it real easy last night. So that was a great play. And Seth Brown's kind of in the same thing. I mean, he's just one of those guys. He's just a value play in a good spot. I absolutely love him. Allows you to get some more fucking. It allows you to get some more bats that you want. All right. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. You like Maeda tonight in San Diego? That is an interesting spot as well. Not many people are talking about it. So in GPP, that could definitely be interesting. At 8K against San Diego, it's definitely interesting. Only thing I'm worried about is they're talking about cutting down his pitch count a little bit. He's not going to pitch as deep, and he never really pitched that deep anyway. So that bothers me a little bit. So that's how you get the money. Yeah, man. It's all about finding those value guys in good spots, taking advantage of that. Like, roster construction is super important. You got to recognize where the value is and where you should spend up at. You know what I mean? You don't want to spend up at a position that, you have amazing value at. You got to really, that's part of DFS too, is you just got to balance. You got to make the lineup flow perfectly. Hey, greenlightdfs.com. Let's get it, man. Let's stack up. Oh, by the way, Thursday we have a college football slate. Super excited to play some college football this year. I will be providing for college football this year. I'll probably just add it to the access pages for MLB and NFL. But, yeah. You don't always have to pay up for teams with high run totals. Completely agree. Vegas is wrong a lot of times. Only pay up for those teams that you agree with, and the numbers back it up. Cam, what up, bro? Tweezy, baby, what's up? Cam, when the NFL video is coming, the first week 1 NFL video is coming soon. That is going to come soon. Don't worry about that. Any Angels bats? There are a few Angels bats I'm interested in, especially in GPP. Nobody's talking about Mike Trout. He's a good price. He's cheaper than all the Coors guys, and he's just a better overall talent than them. So, but let's look at the Angels offense. All right, so the Angels are going against Gerardo, who is really bad, versus righties especially. He does an okay job at keeping the ball on the ground, but he gives up a ton of hard contact. He doesn't strike guys out, especially lefties. So Fletcher, Trout, Ohtani, Calhoun, Upton. Those are like the main dudes you want from the offense. Pennsylvania still doesn't let you play college lane, bro. Damn. Eventually they will. Sorry if I missed it. How do you feel about Washington tonight on Fanduel? I think Washington is a fine play. We talked about him a little bit in the high five. I like Washington today against the Cy Young Award winner, who came out and just struck everybody out one of those days. I forget when that was. But what's his name? Wojnarowski? Something like that. So, like, I'm completely fine with Washington. I think they're going to be completely fine. Their prices are good, so yes. Who would you plug in as catcher tonight? I love Cervelli for Atlanta. I'm expecting Cervelli to catch for Atlanta, and I really like him at 2.9. Really like him at 2.9. It's a bad pitcher, and Atlanta's in a great spot too as well for GPP. Calhoun or Ohtani? Ohtani. Did you pick Andrew Luck? No. No problem, Gabriel. No problem, brother. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. We got about 10 more minutes. Chad Ocho Cinco. No, definitely not Ocho Cinco. Come on now. Come on now. Tonight is going to be a great night, man. I love this slate. Feeling great about it. Best cheap bet on FanDuel, Cam. I got you. All right. All right, let's talk bats over on FanDuel real quick. So, Matt Adams at 2-9, lefty righty against Wojnarowski. That's what I call him, but that's probably not his name. Matt Joyce. Yeah, Cervelli is my main catcher, by the way, guys. I just want to reiterate that. The lineup dropped. He's batting 7th. He is my main guy at 2-9 on DraftKings. Ryan O'Hearn is playable, lefty-righty, batting 5th against Rourke. Rowdy Tellez against Fultinowicz. Matt Adams is the main dude when it comes to value-wise. Mitch Garver is a solid price at 3-4, gives you exposure to Minnesota. CJ Cron sticks out. Actually, instead of Matt Adams, I'd go CJ Cron. I just have a feeling about Cron today, man. Cron in this Minnesota offense, 3-2. I love CJ Cron, but Adams is great value. Most of the best value is at first base. But let's see. Some other spots we have Matt Joyce, lefty-righty in the outfield at 2-2 against Wagaspack. Definitely like this Atlanta offense today in GPPs. And there's a lot of guys, especially Joyce, he's too cheap. Jackie Bradley gives you part of that Boston stack at a cheap price. He's only $3K. Asdrubal Cabrera, Chris Davis. Chris Davis is 2.5. Asdrubal Cabrera is 2.8. What else we got? Robbie Grossman, most likely batting 2nd for Oakland at 2.4 is interesting. Billy Hamilton's always a stolen base threat at 2.1. We got some solid value, man. You got some solid value over here. What about Moncada? Moncada on DK or FanDuel? Which one you want me to look at? What's good, Cam Lou? What's up, man? What happened to the Nationals yesterday? Good question. I loved them for GPP. Matter of fact, my GPP had a ton of them in it. It was a letdown, honestly. I mean, the matchup was great. That's just how it's been lately, man. You know, like the Fave ended up cashing, FanDuel ended up cashing. Like we crushed yesterday, but like the GPP and the way Washington played is just how baseball has been lately. Like there's nobody in the world that could have told you that Washington wasn't a good play. And if they did, they don't know what they're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Like Washington was amazing yesterday. A great play yesterday, great matchup, should have absolutely exploded, but they didn't. They died and did not show up. Savali is a solid option on FanDuel, yes, but I prefer Desclafani. Do you like Mitch Gardner as part of the Minnesota stack? Yes, I'd rather CJ Cron probably. Brock Holt 2.8. Yeah, love him. Yeah, that's August baseball. I know. Baseball can get ugly around this time of year. I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm super excited for fucking college football, NFL, NBA. Like, I'm about to be slammed with a bunch of shit that I'm super excited about and super excited. Like, we've been playing MLB. Like, think about it. I've been thinking MLB. I've been fucking hustling, grinding on MLB for every single day for like the longest time now. Like I'm ready to, of course, we're going to stick with MLB until the end of it. And of course, we're trying to smash every single night and all that good shit. That's what we do. But we're trying to, we're excited to get involved with NFL and NBA because y'all know what we do at NFL and NBA. Like last year in NFL, we only lost 2 weeks or 3 weekends. 3 weekends at most last year in NFL. Like we dominated. And 2 of the 3 were like in the beginning weeks. And then we just absolutely destroyed the rest of the season. And then NBA's the same way. We fucking wreck NBA every year in, year out. We've been fucking dominating that. Best overall bet on FanDuel today. Best overall bet, price included, probably. Best overall bet, price included. I'm going to say, fuck. That's a good question. I'd say Cron or Adams. One of those 2 guys is going to have a great game. I'd lean Cron. So Cron at 3-2, I love him. Matt Adams not in the lineup. Damn. He's not in the lineup? How stupid are they, bro? Like, how stupid can you be? Like, you play Matt Adams against a righty. What is wrong with you? And a righty who sucks versus lefties? Kim, what's the best contest to play on FanDuel to consistently grow your bankroll? So one thing I've been noticing a lot is if you play the Like I'll play a shit ton of those quarter tournaments, like a whole bunch of them, because there's so many people in those, and then fucking play it that way. I've been playing a lot that way on Fanduel because it's been working out a lot. The little cheap quarter tournaments, and then you max enter that shit with the same lineup. I'm not saying change the lineup, max it with the same one, and fucking kill that shit. Josh Donaldson is a great option. Cruz should be a lock. Dude owns Detweiler. Hey man, love Nelson Cruz. That is the reason why I forced him into the high five, because I love him. All right, let's get into the home run calls real quick. Do I see any potential upsets today, like yesterday, Braves, Nationals? I think the Nationals are going to bounce back today. I think the Braves are going to have a great go, so probably not. Who's your best low price pitcher on FanDuel? Desclafani. Do you think Chang at shortstop makes the lineup for Cleveland tonight? Don't know. Don't know. Can't answer that. We don't know yet. Sano will be in all my lineups tonight. The only issue with Sano is that we also have an amazing play of Rafael Devers there. We got Nolan Arenado there. We've got some great options at third base. If you're playing more Minnesota, then go Sano. If you're playing more Boston, go Devers. If you're playing more Colorado, go Arenado. That's kind of how I would choose between the three. You're not going to go wrong really with either. I lean if I had to put them in order, I'd go Devers, Sano, Arenado. That's the ranking I would go. Devers, and then Sano, and then Arenado. Double down prediction. Nelson Cruz all day long. Come on now. I'm not going to be dumb and not mention Nelson Cruz. What stack is most likely let down, and who do you pick at your first baseman? I love CJ Cron at first base. In the stack that could be the biggest letdown, let's see. Maybe Colorado against Eduardo, because Eduardo's actually not a bad pitcher. So maybe Colorado could end up being a little blah. I do love Boston. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Coors in general. I'm saying Colorado against Eduardo. At the park watching the girls play while I get my DFS on. That's what's up, man. Houston and GPP is fine. We talked about them earlier. Cam Soda, what's up, fam? What's up, bro? All right, so let's talk about just got in. Who did Cam say for pitchers? Desclafani and Savali. Those are the main guys that I'm liking, and then you kind of get all the bets that you want. Those guys are definitely the main two guys that I like today. Let's talk about home run predictions real quick, and then I'm going to head out of here, let y'all go about your day. Hopefully I was able to answer your questions. If you're watching this on playback right now, and I'm not actually live right now, hopefully somebody asked a question that you were interested in getting an answer to, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL, and I can answer your question there. All right, so let's do this shit. All right, so Nelson Cruz first and foremost. I'm not even going to take too much time. Nelson Cruz, JD, Miguel Sano. Those are my dudes, okay? Love those three guys. Love Minnesota. Love me some Rafael Devers as well from Boston. Nolan Arenado. Love Mike Trout against Gerardo. Nobody's playing him as well. Trevor Story. Juan Soto. Franmil Reyes. I like Matt Olson. Josh Donaldson, we mentioned him a little bit earlier. I already mentioned Rafael Devers, like him a lot. CJ Cron, like him a lot as well. I think Jonathan Shoup could get him one. Cody Bellinger, obviously. I do not expect Bogarts to hit another one. We did have him last night, though, so that was nice. Bryce Harper against Mitch Keller. And I'm going to go with Mitch Moreland. All right, and that's it for the home run predictions. That's it. Those are our main dudes. Kipnis, sorry if you answered this a million times. I didn't. And way late, but who are we looking at for pitchers and stacks for DK Cash? So stacks is Boston, Minnesota are my two favorite. And then pitching is Desclafani, Savali. Those are my main dudes. What up, Cam? Best outfield value bet on DK? Probably Seth from Oakland. What was that kid's last name? Seth Brown. right? Seth Brown? Yeah, Seth Brown for Oakland if he's in the lineup. Lefty, righty. He should be in the lineup batting about 6th. Going against Junis, he's bare min. He's the value guy that I love a lot today. Drop a like down below if you haven't already, man. Let's get it. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Thank you guys for joining me as always today. If you're watching this on playback, I hope I was able to answer all your questions. If you're in here right now, I hope I was able to answer all your questions. Jason Kipnis is my favorite second baseman. Dizzy. Or who asked me that? Nathan. There you go. Why so high on Seth Brown? Because he's bare min price. That's why. He's a bare min guy. 2,000. And he's batting 6th, lefty-righty matchup. So that's why I love him. Catcher is Cervelli. We talked about that earlier. I love Cervelli batting 7th against a horrible pitcher in a solid total. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Good luck tonight, man. Greenlightdfs.com. Drop a like before you head out. And drop a like if you're watching this right now. I'm out. Peace.